Are you tired of earning a decent income but still feeling broke before payday? Most people will tell you to live below your means, but what does that actually mean? In this video, I'm breaking down 9 simple ways to live below your means without feeling deprived so you can start building real financial freedom. Hey, I'm Davina and welcome to my finance corner. I've worked in accounting and finance for over 15 years and I've learned a lot from my career and my own personal finance journey. And on this channel, we'll talk all things money in a way that's simple and relatable so you can start taking control of your finances and build wealth. Let's get into it. Before we dive into these tips, let's go through some key indicators that you're actually living above your means. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, if you've got no money left before payday, if you're relying on credit cards to cover basic expenses, or if you're using those buy now, pay later apps because you have no cash, or if you have no emergency fund or no savings at all, then you're probably living above your means and it's time to make some changes. Now, the good thing is you can fix it, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how. Stick to a budget that works for you. A lot of people hear the word budget and instantly think restriction, but a budget is just a plan. It tells your money where to go instead of wondering where it went, and it will give you an overall view of your finances. So start by looking at your net income. That's the amount that actually hits your bank account after tax, and start allocating your budget to essentials and non-essentials. If you're new to budgeting, you can try the 50-30-20 method, but I like to tweak it. So the original method is 50% of your income should go towards your needs. These are your essential expenses that you need to live every month. So think rent, utilities, food, transportation, those essential living expenses. Then in the original method, it gives 30% to wants and 20% to savings. But I personally like to tweak it because if you're living above your means, I personally think that your savings bucket needs to be bigger than your fund bucket. So I would say put 30% to savings and other goals like paying off your debt and that sort of thing, and then allocate 20% to fund money. If you prefer more structure, then you can use the zero-based budget, and this is essentially where every dollar or every pound gets a job. Or if you prefer using a digital method and you don't want to get too involved in the details, then you can use a budgeting app. Now, the only thing with that method is it may not allocate your expenses correctly, so you may have to go in and adjust it. But choose whichever method works for you that you can stick with consistently. If you need a free template to put your budget together, I've got one linked in the description box below, and you can grab a copy completely for free. 2, track your spending. Now, you can't manage what you don't measure. Tracking your spending helps you spot any leaks in your budget, and it will give you a really good picture of exactly how you're spending your money and why you're living above your means. So grab your copy of your last 3 to 6 months bank statements and go through your transactions. And as you're going through them, ask yourself, what am I spending money on that is not essential? So that aside from your essential living expenses, just have a look at what you're actually spending your money on. So for example, are you spending money on food delivery services? Are you still paying for subscriptions that you may have forgotten about? And based on what you find, you can actually start to make some changes. So if you're spending a lot on eating out and takeaways, then you can start meal prepping. If you can see that you're still paying for subscriptions that you've cancelled, it happens to the best of us. You sign up for something and you forget about it and you're still getting charged, then you can cancel those subscriptions. The thing is, it's not about cutting out everything and being super restrictive. You're just cutting out the things that are not helping you to move forward. And the less you spend on the things you don't need, the more you'll have left over to put towards your financial goals. Cut back on the big 3. Now, the biggest expenses in most households are housing, transportation, and food. So they take up a huge chunk of your spending, and small changes in these areas can free up hundreds, if not thousands of pounds. So could you move to a more affordable area or get a roommate to reduce your rent? Transport, could you switch to a cheaper car, or could you use public transport, or if you need a car, can you drive it less? Food, can you shop at cheaper grocery stores like Aldi, or can you use loyalty cards? For example, I shop at Sainsbury's and I use a Nectar card, and that allows me to collect points which build up, and at times like Easter and Christmas, I can actually get quite a big discount off my shopping, and it also gives me access to discounted prices at the grocery store. So it's also finding ways to cut back and also shop smarter. Even just planning your meals and sticking to a list when you go grocery shopping can save you more than you think. Number 4, avoid lifestyle creep. This is probably one of the biggest traps and the number one reason why people are actually living above their means. So lifestyle creep is where your expenses increase every time your income increases. So for example, you get a raise at work, you start making more money, and all of a sudden you upgrade to a nicer car, you start buying nicer clothes, you start going out more and increasing the amount that you spend, but you still don't have any savings. I know it can be tempting to keep up with everybody's highlight reel and to, start spending more just because you have the money. But the truth is, you don't actually know what's going on behind the scenes in other people's finances. So don't feel the pressure to keep up. Some people are living the high life, but they're actually drowning in debt. If you want to build wealth, the goal is to keep your lifestyle steady as your income grows. And that is one of the best money habits to master, because it will allow you to create space to actually have the money to save, invest, and move forward financially. Once I was able to master this money habit, I was able to create room in my budget to actually save and invest and build a portfolio. So this tip is key. Number 5, give yourself an allowance. Now, this is an important tip when it comes to cutting back, because living below your means doesn't mean that you have to cut out all the fun. You still need to enjoy life. You don't want to feel like you're working and you can't spend any money or do anything to treat yourself. So I suggest giving yourself a monthly allowance, whether that's £50, £100 or £200. When I was in the trenches trying to get my finances in order, I would give myself a £200 allowance for the month. And that covered social activities, going out to dinner with my friends, getting my nails done, and anything that I wanted to do that was fun. Having this allowance kept me balanced because I was able to allocate most of my money towards paying off debt and working towards my financial goals. But I still had like a little portion of my budget to spend on enjoyment, and that helped me stay balanced and stop me from derailing my goals because I didn't feel deprived. Number 6, pay yourself first. So before spending money on anything else, save something. Even if it's a small amount, treat your savings like a bill that has to be paid. And the easiest way to do this is by automating it. If the money leaves your account before you ever see it, then you won't miss it. And you'll learn to live on whatever's left over. Now, even if it's only small amounts, trust me, it still counts. So if you can only save £100 a month, that's £1,200 at the end of the year. If you can only save £50 a month, that's £600 at the end of the year. It may not be huge balances, but it's better than nothing. And the thing is, this will build up the habit and your savings will grow faster than you think. Because once you start seeing your savings build in your account, you're going to start to be like, oh, I can save. And then when you have any money left over, you'll want to start putting it towards your savings. So this one's key. So number 7, prioritize needs over wants. This one simple mindset shift can change everything. Before you buy something, pause and ask, do I actually need this? Or am I buying it because I'm bored, or I'm stressed, or I'm just trying to keep up? Trust me, there are so many times where I would go shopping just for the sake of it. I didn't actually need the things that I was buying. So if you can just pause, I know it's easier now because you can do it online on your phone, but just pause before you check out. Ask yourself, do I actually need this? Or another trick is, if it's clothes or shoes that you're buying, ask yourself, can you name 5 different ways that you can wear it? If you can't think of 5 different ways to wear the thing, then you don't need it. Trust me, this one question alone has saved me so much money over the years. Number 8, shift your mindset. Living below your means isn't about deprivation, it's about freedom. It means you're making smart choices with your money. One of my favorite books is The Millionaire Next Door. And when I was reading it, I realized that most wealthy people are frugal. They live below their means and they're already rich, so they could spend on material things, but they're focused on staying rich, so their spending doesn't increase to match their income. They drive used cars, they don't wear flashy clothes, and they're not out there trying to prove anything. And that's actually how they stay rich, because they're so focused on continuing to grow their business. They're not worried about keeping up with appearances. And going through the book, I realized these people, they actually, sorry, not these people like they're foreign, but millionaires, they actually spend a lot of time focused on their budget and their finances and investing opportunities, because it's a mindset shift. They've attained millionaire status and they're just thinking about how they can continue to grow it. Once I adopted this mindset, when I was trying to live below my needs, it helps me move from, oh, I'm missing out, to I'm building something. If you're currently living above your means, the reality is you may have to make some temporary sacrifices. It may feel a bit uncomfortable in the process, but just think of it as making temporary sacrifices to get your future self to where you want to be. And it was hard, I'm not gonna lie, having to say no to invites and missing out on events. I'm so happy I did, because now my finances are in order and I actually have freedom. I know sometimes it can feel like everyone is doing more or they've got more, but taking control of your money is a power move, not a setback. And peace of mind is actually a real flex. There's nothing more powerful knowing that you can handle an emergency, walk away from a job, or take a break when you need to because you've been making smart money moves in the background. Number 9, increase your income. Now, there's only so far you can cut back. Eventually, you're going to need to grow that gap between what you earn and what you spend, and that might mean making more money. So you can start a side hustle, you can offer freelance services, you can sell a skill. If you've got like a particular skill, whether you're good at crafts or you're good at graphic design, you can make digital products. You can sell them on Etsy. We're in the age of the internet, so there's literally so many ways to make money online. If you need any ideas, I've got a blog post that covers how to make £100 a day. I'll leave the link in the description box below. By making extra income, it will help you pay off debt, save faster, and start building real wealth. And that's it. Living below your means isn't about feeling restricted. It's about being smart. It's how you go from just getting by to actually getting ahead. So let me know in the comments below, what's one expense that you're going to cut back on this month so you can start living below your means. If you enjoyed this video, check out my other video, why looking poor is actually a power move. It's a perfect follow-up to this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with somebody who needs to hear it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.